recording.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and share our screen so that you guys can see everything we're doing. And then I'm going to look over here at our Oxford Learner. Can you guys all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is everything we have to get through today. We have 3 pages, so it's going to be pretty busy, but you guys are going to be doing a lot of it because today's lesson is actually reading, okay?
Okay.
All
Good.
right, so this very first part, Luis, would you mind to read this question for me?
Okay. Why are the neighborhood parks important?
Yeah, why are neighborhood parks important? What do you guys think?
Uh,
What do you guys think?
well,
You can parking the car or can have a space.
Okay, yeah, so the park, right? So it's all the green grass and it has the playground and it has all the nice trees and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why are those spaces important? Especially maybe in the city.
You can have fun or enjoy the time and play or
Yeah, exactly. It looks like maybe all
have
of us live
fun.
in, yeah. It looks like maybe all of us live in houses, but if you lived in an apartment, right? I remember when I lived in Korea, there were apartments that were 100 stories tall. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, where do you go then to like be in nature if you don't have a park? Like, how can you be outside? Where do you take your dog? You know, all those different things. So parks are really important. They're a public space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Asma, will you go ahead and read number 2 here?
Okay. Would you rather live across from a small neighborhood park or a large city park, and why?
Which one? What do you guys think?
mm, I will I would rather like
Would you rather
the
would you
like.
rather, mhm.
Yes, I would rather like the large city park because
You'd
it's
rather
more
live
big.
across from a large city park.
Yeah, yeah,
Why?
because you can walk and see and enjoy the buildings and
Yeah.
the, the small park. So it's only for the children and play around the small neighborhood park.
Yeah. Have you guys ever been to New York City?
No,
No, never?
maybe
Have you
no.
guys ever heard of the big park there?
Yeah, the Central Park.
Central Park, right? It's
Yeah.
an amazing park. It's a
Wow.
very large park, and you're right. There's always something to do. There's always people you can go and sit and watch. So I've only been to New York one time, and I spent a lot of time in Central Park because it's free, and you can sit and you see so many different things. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so Central Park is a really large park, but what about small neighborhood parks? Have you guys ever been in one of those? Have you ever been in a small neighborhood park?
In my apartments, some we have many neighborhood small park
Yeah,
for the children, for the dogs, for the make a grill in
yeah,
the for grill area.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's more intimate. It's for families, it's for being safe, right? Like you don't want to take your kid maybe to Central Park and let them run around because you might lose them. That would be bad. Okay, all right, so let's look here at these definitions, just moving on to part B. Rosalie, would you mind to read this first definition here for this word?
Immune system,
Good.
the part of the body that fight or prevent illness.
Perfect.
Illness, yeah.
Illness, right? So we kind of talked about that in the HEAL unit, right, with all those medical students. So our immune system is the part of our body that fights back against sicknesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys remember that. Okay, what about outdoors? Who can define that one for me?
Okay.
Luis?
Can-
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Outdoors, outside, for example, a park or a beach.
Perfect.
Beach.
Okay. We know that one. Totally familiar. What about strengthen, asthma? Can you read that one?
Strengthen.
Strength to make something stronger.
Perfect. Sounds like you're popular today, asthma. Okay, and I'll read here stress. Worry caused by difficulties in life. Right? So who here might be a little stressed right now?
Cool.
Right? All of us. I think that we all
Oh,
have just a
yeah.
little bit stressful, maybe asthma the most because she is a kid that's like, Mom, why are you in English class right now? That's okay
Yeah.
though. Hopefully she's learning a little bit too, right? Okay. So let's look here. We're going to look down here at this article, and we're going to scan the article for the numbers that answer these questions. Okay, so we're going to read the question first. Luis, would you read number 1 here?
Okay. Every mile you walk or run can add minutes to your life.
Right, so every mile you walk or run can add blank minutes to your life, and we have to find that number. Okay.
Yeah.
Rosalie, would you mind to read number 2?
Okay. Blank percent of Americans often have a high stress level.
Perfect, a high stress level. Okay, number 3, asthma.
In Cincinnati, Ohio, teenage crime went down by blank percent.
Blank percent, perfect. And the word we need to learn here is this word called scan, right? To look at something quickly to find specific information. So my partner, he is taking his first psychology class this summer, and he's only ever done like computer classes before, which isn't as much reading. So he was like, his professor told him to read 4 chapters in 1 week.
Oh my
And he
God.
said, how is this possible? So he's learning about scanning right now too.
Okay.
Okay, so kind of keeping that in mind that this is really useful when you guys go back to college and they're saying like, hey, you have to read 100 pages in 1 night.
Wow.
You don't read every single word, right? You find the important words and you remember those. Okay, so that's what scanning is here. So we read the questions first. What do you think that we are scanning for? Are we scanning for words or letters or numbers to answer these questions?
I see
Like
so
summarize?
numbers.
Right, we're looking for numbers. We're
But
scanning
we
for
are looking for
numbers.
numbers. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's look through here. Where do we find our first number? Let's start here and start looking for our first number without even reading.
48 hours.
48 hours, okay. So the whole
Yeah.
sentence says it can help strengthen your immune system for 48 hours. So we have to think about, okay, well, what are they talking about? And we know because it's talking about a walk in the park, probably talking about this walk in the park, right? So look, we didn't even read it and we already know a lot of information. So that's kind of where scanning is good, is you use a lot of clues to help you get the general idea. And if people start asking you questions, you might go back and read the whole thing, right? Okay, so the next one, where's the next number we see?
21.
And 1.
21, perfect. Some studies show that when you exercise, you add 21 minutes to your life for every mile you walk or run. Okay, does this answer any of the questions that we have up here?
Yes, for the number 1.
Number 1, right? For every mile you walk or run, you add 21 minutes to your life.
Okay.
All right, so where's the next number we see?
89.
89. 89% of Americans say their lives are too stressful, right? So which, does this answer one of these?
Yes.
Right, number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
89% of Americans often have a high level of stress. Okay. And then where's the next number that we see down in here?
24.
24, right? It starts here. For example, when Parks in Cincinnati, Ohio started a basketball program at night and basketball program late at night on Friday and Saturday, teenage crime went down by
24%.
24%, right? And we look up here, it's 24%. Okay. So see how we know already kind of a lot about this article? Like without even reading, what do you guys think this article is about? Is it good parks or bad parks?
The good
Good
part.
part.
Right? They're like, we love parks. Parks are good. Are they
Yeah.
they're good for making us healthy? What else are they good for? Do they help our stress?
Yeah, help
Right?
for
Yeah.
And then teenage crime. What does that mean? When teenage crime goes down, what does that mean?
That the young people is making a one sport
yeah.
instead the crime in the street.
Less
Exactly.
crime.
Yeah.
Exactly. So instead of like robbing you at gunpoint, right, or like breaking into your house, they're playing basketball. Like
Yeah.
parks sound awesome, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So very quickly, just for us to practice our reading skills, I want us to read through this out loud. So this is what I would like to do. Asma, will you read the first paragraph? Luis, will you read the second? And Rosalie, will you read the third here? Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Study,
Yep. Go, please.
Studies show that people are happier and healthier when they spend time outdoors. For example, if you are getting a cold, take a walk in the park. It can help strengthen,
Strengthen.
strengthen,
Strengthen. So that G is kind of silent. So strengthen. Strengthen.
strengthen
Good. Perfect.
your immune system for 48 hours. Some studies show that when you exercise, you add 21 minutes to your life for every mile you walk or run. Parks are an excellent place to get healthy and stay healthy for free.
Okay. Luis?
Parks parks are very important for more than just physical health. They can also lower stress. Job, jobs, jobs, money, and other things cause stress. 89% of the Americans says their lives are too stressful.
Their
Stressful.
lives are too stressful.
Yeah. Spending time outdoors lowers stress and makes the people feel good.
Perfect. Okay, Rosalie?
Parks are also great places for kids. After school programs help kids and working parents.
Good.
These programs teach kids to share and work in teams. Parks also have helpful programs that keep teenagers out of trouble. For example, when the parks in
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati,
Good.
Ohio, starts a basketball program late at night or on Friday and Saturday.
Good.
Teenage crime went down by 24%. So, if you are ready for better health, less stress, happier kids and happier kids and a safer neighborhood, take a walk in the park. The good life is waiting for you.
Perfect. The good life is waiting for you. It's just at the park, right? Okay, guys, two things I want to mention. So when we're talking about scanning, again, we're looking for key information. So we're kind of aware, what are we looking for? In this case, it was numbers, right? So sometimes it might be a key word. For example, if you're studying, I don't know, let's say you're studying snakes, right? And you're reading an article about the environment, you would skim through and you would look for the word snake, right? You wouldn't read every single thing, okay? So over here is a really nice reader's note that I think helps, and it says, in this article, the first sentence in each paragraph states the topic of that paragraph, right? So let's say that you have a lot of reading, again, that your professor gave you a lot of homework. He expects you to maybe read the first sentence of every paragraph. If it seems interesting to you, you might read a little bit more, and then you would read like every bolded word in the paragraph, right? So you're not necessarily reading every single word, every single sentence. You want to make sure that you understand the idea of each paragraph and any keywords that he's told you to look up, okay?
Okay.
Does that help with a little bit?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No,
okay.
me.
It's okay. Oh, wow. I did not see that Ari, Dawood, and who else is on here? There's a lot of people on here. I didn't even see you guys. Hi. Ari, I can't unmute you. Dawood, hi. And who's down here with the iPhone? Sorry to interrupt. I just didn't even see that there was extra people. Hi, Ari.
Hi, mungkin
How are you?
everyone. I'm doing good.
Are you still in Thailand?
Yes.
Okay. Coming back soon?
Next month.
Next month. Okay. All right. Maybe you told me that. Still, that's a good long vacation. I'm happy to see you. Hi, Dawood.
Thank you.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Yeah? Well, I'm glad to see you in class. Are you learning anything good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, just wait. We'll make sure that you're disappointed soon. Don't worry. Okay. And then there's one more person on, and I can't see their name. Who is down here on an iPhone? I'm having trouble hearing you.
Oh.
Anybody?
Me,
Me?
Leonila.
Oh, okay. Hi, Leonila. How are you?
Good, and you?
Hi.
Yeah, doing well. Sorry, I didn't notice that I only thought we had 4 people in class. I'm so sorry. I would have had you guys read. Okay, well, the next page, we still have a lot more reading to do, and that's why I'll speed on up. But I'm glad that everyone's here, and I'm sorry I didn't notice you sooner. The very last thing I want to bring up is this piece right here. Okay, 89% of Americans say their lives are too stressful. Okay, but when you said lives, you weren't wrong. So when do we use lives and when do we use lives? Okay, when do we use lives and when do we use lives?
Lives verb, but life noun.
Perfect. So when it's lives, it is. He lives, it's a verb. And when it's lives, kind of like this, the noun, right? But they're both spelled like this, L-I-V-E-S, right? So this is how we spell it, but we say it lives when it's a verb and lives when it's a noun, okay? And this is the difference between our short and our long sounds in the verbs. Or, sorry, our long and our short sounds in the vowels.
Life and live.
Okay, so
Okay.
lives,
Life.
and lives. Lives and lives. Okay. So this one is the long I, and this one is the short I. Okay?
Okay.
If that makes good sense. All right? So that's just the one piece I wanted to bring up. And we can get back now to our book. All right. So we're going to go ahead and skip this just for the sake of time. And we're going to start here on F. So we're going to mark some of these statements true, false, or no information. Okay? So what does true mean? Does true mean correct or does true mean not correct? Is everybody there? Does true mean correct or not correct?
Correct.
Correct. Can you guys hear me?
It's correct.
Okay. correct.
I can hear you in. Yeah.
That's okay. All right. So
Okay.
we're looking here. So true means correct, right? Oh, shoot. I'm trying to write that. And then false. What does false mean?
Incorrect.
True means correct. False means incorrect. And what does this no information mean?
Not true,
I
not
have
false.
no idea.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know. Y'all didn't tell me, right?
No idea.
It's a nice option to have. It's just like, I don't know. Okay. Perfect. So number 1, some studies say that you can live 21 minutes longer for every mile you walk or run. Is that true or false? Hey guys, is that true or false? Should we look back at the article and see? Right?
Is that true?
Right? It's true. Some studies show that when you exercise, you add 21 minutes to your life, right?
Mhm.
When we go back over here, we see that it is true. True. Okay. Number 2. Oops. 89% of Americans say that their kids are too stressful. Is that what they
True.
said over there?
No,
True,
it's
yes.
false. False.
False.
Right?
False.
False. What did they say? They said 89% of Americans, what is too stressful? Say what is too stressful? Their kids or something else?
No, it's
Their
talking about
lips.
the
No kids.
Americans in general. Americans in general, people in general, right?
Yeah, exactly. They are too
Yeah.
stressed. Just it's not their kids, it's just everything else, right?
Yeah.
So we say over here that it's false because they didn't say their kids, they said their lives, right? Okay. Number 3, programs for teenagers can reduce crime. Is that true or false?
True.
True.
Right? We talked about their basketball games. Okay.
Mhm.
Number 4, people who spend time in parks have more money.
Yeah.
False.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Did they
No
say that in the
information.
article?
No.
No information, right? It's like, well, you didn't really say that. They did say that they can get fit for free. So it's like, well, maybe, but they didn't say that exactly, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and then number 5, a walk in the park can support your digestive system. Did it
Yeah.
say that in there?
No,
No information.
anything is don't have any information.
Yep, no information, right?
No
Well, it
information.
could, but they didn't say that in the article.
Mhm.
Okay, no poop talk in the article, right?
Mhm.
All right, so I think that we are getting pretty good about our comprehension, which is when we read something, we understand what it says, not just like we understand the words, but we get the idea of the whole paragraph, right? And that's something that's really important, again, when you guys start going back to university, when you're studying kind of higher up, it's really going to be important for us to be able to very quickly understand what is the key point of this reading. Like, why did my professor want me to read this? Okay? All right, so let's look here. Number 2, word study. So I think that this is kind of exciting because it allows us to use these nouns and make them into adjectives, right? So what is a noun? Let's start off there. What's a noun? This is kind of basic. We've gone over this, I'm sure, a lot. What is a noun?
Nouns is like
Like asthma.
Asthma,
We
right?
used to
Huh?
a noun. We use a noun to name something.
Exactly, right? So it's a people, a place, or a thing,
Yes.
right? So just
okay.
a thing. That's a noun, okay? So what is an adjective?
Describe something.
This comes, yeah.
Describe
What?
Descriptive nouns.
The
Okay.
noun,
Describe a noun.
right? An adjective describes a noun. So we have
Okay.
verbs and adverbs. That's a little bit easier to remember. Adverbs describe the verb. So there's things like quickly. I can't think of other ones, but quickly is a really great adjective, okay? Adverb. Oof, goodness. Okay. So adjective, it's a word that describes a noun.
Mhm.
Okay.
So who knows what a suffix is?
So,
It's
I know.
something we add. Do we add it to the
Mhm.
beginning or the end of a word?
The end.
And
The end
At
of
the
a word.
end.
right? So it's something we add to the end of a noun or end of a word in general. Okay, but when we add full to the end of some nouns, it makes an adjective. Okay, so we're looking here, stressful. Stress plus full. Too much stress is not good for you. My job is stressful. Okay? So if you said my job is stress, that doesn't really make sense, right? It's like, well, your job is, you know, a job, and stress doesn't describe your job. Stressful describes your job.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we have this one right here, stressful. Okay? Louise, can you read this one?
Care and careful.
Careful, right? Okay. Asma, can you read this one?
Help, helpful.
Good. Ari, can you read this one? Ooh, wait, let me unmute you. Okay. There we
Hello.
go.
You hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Beauty. Beautiful.
Perfect. Okay, Dawood, can you read this one?
Colorful.
Good. And then Leonella, can you read this one?
Thank.
Thankful. And then let's go back up here. Rosalie, can you read this one again?
Stressful.
Perfect. All right, we got it. Okay. So let's look here. Number one, who would like to read?
Me.
Okay, Ari.
Our new neighborhood park is beautiful.
Beautiful, right? So we had beauty and we had to change it into an adjective.
Beautiful.
Okay. Who wants to read number two?
Yeah.
Me. The park streets are very colorful right now.
Colorful, right? So how do we write that? P
O
O
L O
L O
O-R-F-U.
R
Yep.
F U L.
Perfect. We got it. Colorful. Okay, who would like to do number three? Dawood, I haven't heard a lot out of you.
Okay. A walk in the park makes life less stressful.
Stressful, right? We got that. Pretty easy. Stress plus full. Easy, easy. Okay, and Leonella, can you do here number four?
The park is very helpful for bringing families together.
Perfect, right? So it's very helpful for bringing families together. Okay. All right, and we are going to go ahead and skip B as well because we only have about 10 minutes left in class. Sorry, guys, that's always my fault. Okay. So we're going to look at this pie chart, right? So we're going to be skimming again just a little bit. And we're going to start over here with this reader's notes, okay? So this pie chart, these chart labels, these things right here that tell us what each of these sections are about, these labels are often short and or abbreviated, right? Which means that they're shortened. We'll only maybe see like 2 or 3 letters instead of maybe we'll need to see like 7 to understand the whole word, right? So it's shortened, it's abbreviated. Okay, so the text near a chart often explains or repeats the labels in that chart, right? So job security concerns, we go over here and we find the word, oh, job security. So we can read more about this 6%, okay? So what is this whole pie chart about? What is this whole thing about? Who can answer?
Cause of stress.
Yep, what are the main causes of stress here?
Main cause of distress. Okay.
Workload.
Workload, that's one.
People issues.
People issues, yep, exactly. And then what's this next one?
Lack of
Like
job security.
Good. And then this final one here?
Juggling work, personal lives. For example, having to leave work early to pick kids up from daycare.
Right. So what is juggling work and personal lives? What does that mean?
No.
Means you only have 2 hands, but you have 6 things you need to hold. So you throw it up in the air and you catch it just long enough to throw it back up into the air.
Yeah.
Right? Have you guys seen juggling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly
Okay,
like
okay,
that,
okay.
right? You do it just long enough to keep it up in the air. It's not enough time to like maybe grow it or do anything. You're just
So,
juggling it.
so
Okay.
when someone like the person who doing that stuff, what you call them? You call them like juggling person,
A juggler.
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 Yeah. A juggler. Look at that
Juggling.
juggler, Mom. That's exactly what it is.
That's
So
right.
he's a juggler. That's mean he's like he's interest,
He's impressed.
stress.
Yeah, he's probably really stressed. Could you imagine? He's like juggling on the street for pennies. Like, of course he's stressed, right? No, but I think you guys are getting it though. It's like that's definitely stressful. Okay. So let's look over here. All right. So what percentage of people say that their workload causes them stress? What percentage of people say that their workload causes them stress?
46.
46.
46%?
46%, right? So can you guys tell me how you kind of put that together? So right, how did you find that 46%?
The chart.
The chart, right? You looked over here, you said, oh, that says workload, so it's 46%. Maybe you weren't sure what workload is, so you came over here for more clarity, for more information, right? Okay. So what about these people issues? What are examples of people issues? What are some examples of people issues?
Co-workers, manager, or both.
Yeah, right.
Stress in the work, or maybe problem.
Yeah, right. It's like you can't get along with your boss. That sounds very stressful,
Mhm.
right? Okay, and then what about lack of job security? Knowing that a job can end at any time, is that something that you guys have felt before? Lack of
No.
job security? You guys always
Okay.
have job
Yeah.
security? You're like, I know what
Yeah,
I'll do
and
tomorrow.
yeah, and you have too much bills. You should to pay it in the time. And
Yeah. It's like, what if I lose my job? I have a hard
Mhm.
enough time paying bills as it is, right?
Yeah.
So those are all very, very stressful things. And when we look here, we really see that these are big stressors, okay? So with the last 3 minutes we have of class, I would like you guys, let's answer these questions together, okay? So number 1, Leonella, would you mind to read number 1 here?
According to the chart, what is the primary cause of stress for people at work?
Perfect. Okay. Dawood, do you have any idea what is the primary cause of stress for people at work?
Workload.
Workload, right? So 46%, that's the highest number. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Number 2, Ari, would you mind to read this question? Ooh, maybe I need to unmute you. Where you at, Ari? Oh, there we go. Oh, no, I muted you back. Oh, no. There we go. Okay, Ari, can you read number 2?
Yeah. What causes the lowest amount of stress?
Perfect. What causes the lowest amount of stress? Rosalie.
Job security concerns.
Job security, right? And you guys kind of mirrored that. You're like, job security, I feel confident that I'll have a job tomorrow, right? All right, number 3, asthma. Can you read this one?
What causes less stress than trying to balance your work and personal life?
Perfect. And then, Louise, can you answer that?
Yeah, it's 20%.
Oop, what causes less stress than trying to balance your work and personal life? Which one causes less stress?
Okay.
Yeah.
People issues?
So kind of
People,
close,
it's a,
right?
it's a 28%?
So what this one's asking is which one causes less stress,
Less.
right? So which one, we have 20%
Job security.
job security, right? Because
Yeah.
6% is the only one that's less than this 20%, right? So which one causes less stress
Less.
in trying to balance your work and personal life? Well, this one
Yeah.
is the only one that's less.
Okay.
I thought that was tricky. Don't worry about it. That was tricky. Okay. So very quickly at the end, this is our last question. Look at the charts, the chart labels again. Who do you think took this survey? Who do you think took this survey?
Maybe the government to understand the healthy for all people.
American Institution of Stress.
Yeah.
The American Institute of Stress. That's good that you noticed that. They're the person that gave the survey. They're the people that gave the survey. So they're like, we want to know what causes you stress, right?
I think the source outside a chart.
Perfect, right? That's the source, right? So those are the people who gave it. They collected all the data. But the people who took it are probably people like us, people that go to work, that get stressed, right? So, all right, so very quickly, I just want to show you guys the website. Let me find it down here. So I did add everything from this class. Last class, you didn't have any homework because I thought I put it up and I didn't, and then I lost it. So, sorry. Here it is. I already added up there. Oh gosh, no, it's not. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. So you guys know how to get to it. This is just my little shortcut.